Hello, and welcome to our video on the role of forests and oceans in mitigating climate change. In this chapter, we'll be exploring the science behind how forests absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and the impacts of deforestation on climate change. Forests are often called the lungs of the earth, because they play a critical role in absorbing carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. Through the process of photosynthesis, trees and other plants absorb CO2 and use it to produce oxygen. This helps to balance the levels of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere and helps to regulate global temperatures. However, deforestation is a major threat to the ability of forests to mitigate climate change. When trees are cut down or burned, the carbon stored in the wood is released back into the atmosphere, contributing to global warming. Deforestation is responsible for around 10% of global greenhouse gas emissions, which is more than the entire transportation sector. So, what can be done to protect forests and reduce deforestation? There are a number of solutions, including sustainable forest management practices, reforestation, and policies that encourage companies to reduce their carbon footprint and protect forests. In this chapter, we'll be exploring the unique ecological benefits of mangrove forests, which help to protect coastlines from storms and sequester carbon. Mangrove forests are found in tropical and subtropical coastal areas and are unique ecosystems that can tolerate high levels of salt and water. These forests provide a range of benefits to coastal communities, including protecting against coastal erosion, reducing the impacts of storm surges, and providing habitat for a range of species. In addition to these benefits, mangroves also play a critical role in mitigating climate change. Like other forests, mangroves absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and store it in their biomass and in the soil. In fact, mangroves are some of the most effective carbon sinks on the planet, with some estimates suggesting that they can sequester up to 4 times more carbon per hectare than other tropical forests. Despite their importance, mangroves are threatened by deforestation, aquaculture, and other forms of development. It is estimated that around 50% of the world's mangrove forests have already been lost. However, there are efforts underway to protect and restore these valuable ecosystems, including through the development of sustainable aquaculture practices and policies that support mangrove conservation. In this chapter, we'll be examining the efforts to restore degraded forests around the world and the potential for reforestation to help mitigate climate change. Reforestation involves the planting of trees in areas where forests have been lost or degraded. This can help to restore ecosystem functions, such as carbon storage and biodiversity, and provide a range of benefits to local communities. There are a number of efforts underway to promote reforestation around the world, including through large-scale restoration programs, such as the African Forest Landscape Restoration Initiative, and smaller-scale efforts by local communities and non-governmental organizations. While reforestation has the potential to help mitigate climate change by absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, there are also some limitations to this approach. For example, newly planted forests may take years or even decades to reach their full carbon storage potential, and there may be trade-offs between reforestation and other land uses, such as agriculture. Despite these limitations, reforestation is still seen as a critical tool in the fight against climate change. In fact, some estimates suggest that reforestation could remove up to 2 billion tons of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere each year, which is equivalent to the emissions from around 430 million cars. To be effective, reforestation efforts must be carefully planned and implemented. This includes choosing appropriate species for the local ecosystem, ensuring the long-term viability of the forest, and involving local communities in the process. In this chapter, we'll be exploring the vital role of oceans in mitigating climate change, from the absorption of carbon dioxide to the regulation of global temperatures. Oceans are a key component of the Earth's climate system, helping to regulate temperatures and weather patterns. They also play a critical role in absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, with the oceans acting as a sink for around 25% of all carbon emissions. However, the oceans are facing a number of threats from climate change, including ocean acidification and rising sea levels. These changes are having a profound impact on marine ecosystems and the people who depend on them. Despite these challenges, there are efforts underway to protect and restore marine ecosystems and promote sustainable ocean management practices. This includes the development of marine protected areas, the reduction of marine pollution and overfishing, and the promotion of sustainable aquaculture practices. In conclusion, The role of forests and oceans in mitigating climate change is critical to the future of our planet. Through sustainable management practices, reforestation efforts, and the protection of marine ecosystems, we can help to reduce the impacts of climate change and ensure a sustainable future for generations to come. Thank you for watching, and we hope you've enjoyed learning more about this important topic.